Frig is an iliac crest.
You don't need to know that.
Roll down my pants.
Roll down your pants. I'm going to have to try and dig through that mound and find some bone crest, which is kind of in this general vicinity, and your
like
scapula.
A falcon crest?
A falcon crest? No.
Okay.
So I'm going to need you to roll down your pants a little bit below the, like, sort of hip bone line.
I'm afraid to show my pubes, though.
Wow, chicka, wow, wow.
Whoa!
Do you have a forest grain down there?
No, but, you know.
What's this? What? Oh, that's your pubes. It's like you have a second belly button hole. You're growing another belly button. That's something to be concerned about. Does that at least get you scared? Just put your hands away and laugh. That's hilarious. I can take the fat percentage of your nipple.
My nipples? What's the percent?
Ow! There you go. All right, cool. Let's get started.
I'm slightly aroused.
All right. I feel like I'm being really retarded today. All right.
Okay.
All right. Just relax. I don't want the muscle flexing.
I don't think that's going to be a problem.
Sure. Put you on a little pedestal. Whoops, not that far. I need to get to your tricep. You do the body fat test this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard because they have more visceral fat, which is fat around their organs.
Oh.
Which maybe they don't necessarily carry a lot of fat around their body.
Mm-hmm.
They're sweaty mofo. So it's harder to tell what their accurate body fat percentage is with this method, and then in which case you can do something like do a dunk tank, which is always a little bit more accurate. This can get inaccurate too. Sorry. If you're having
the first time I had a girl in my pants.
If you have different people doing it, because they may not pinch you in exactly the same area.
Mm-hmm. Are you taking out my appendix?
Sorry. I have nails in here. I'm trying to pull your skin away from your body fat, but it's holding on for dear life and saying, "Don't leave us."
I'm melting. Were you a veterinarian in a former life?
Taxidermist.
No. Oh, that's worse.
Alrighty. Okay. Let me do little calculations here.
Can I put my shirt back on now?
No.
For the sake of everyone involved?
Yes, you can. Alright, let me check this out really quick. How about the dogs? How about the dogs?
Doctor.
See, this is why I never like these things. This is, so like according to this, it's saying...
I should have been dead 6 months ago.
No, it actually says your body fat percentage is only around like 25%, which isn't that bad. It's not healthy, but I would have guessed it's a little higher. And so this is where I'm talking about the visceral fat that we discussed. So because you carry a lot of weight through here, and on this sort of test, you don't ever actually measure this. I'm measuring like areas where people carry body fat normally. A lot of this weight is visceral fat. That means it's fat around your organs, and I can't exactly measure it with this test. I would definitely recommend you go get an underwater body fat test.
Shamu?
Yeah, exactly. They'll lower you and they're like, like play the Free Willy song while they're putting you in the tank. Yeah, exactly. Michael Jackson will come out from the background.
That'd be awesome.
Because I'd be curious to see how that number compares to this number, because it doesn't take into account very well this portion.
Is there a general like meaning between visceral fat and other cause? And
Visceral fat
thing?
is definitely more dangerous and is more likely to cause issues with your health and disease, because you don't want fat around your organs. And it's solely because of diet.
Yeah.
The reason people carry more weight there versus other areas of their body, I've been told, and what I've learned, is more attributed to the American diet. That's like, you get all that when you come over here of like high refined carbohydrates and a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
But then again, there's also just a genetic component in like how people carry their fat and their body weight and where they carry it. Different people, different cultures carry body fat differently. Some carry it more embedded in the muscle. Yeah. Some carry it more just between the flesh and the muscle.
Have you seen Thais, by the way? They have like zero body fat. My son is like 10. Yeah, my son's 10. He has like a 6-pack already.
Right,
almost an 8-pack. It's ridiculous.
Because he has a really healthy diet, which is pretty awesome. Because even if he moves to America like, later on, those first years sets up the whole foundation of how your health's going to be the rest of your life. People think, oh, I have heart disease or this or that because I started eating crappy in my 20s, and it's like you laid down that foundation in your early years, and it just, got worse and worse and worse, and now you're seeing it.
This is so interesting. I can speak more on this actually, because in Thailand, right, my kids are super healthy,
right,
and like literally my daughter would never pick up. They don't eat sweet stuff, right? So she would never pick up a cupcake or a Twinkie or right. She'd always pick up a piece of fruit or whatever, like figs or nuts or whatever. Right. So that's one thing. And the other thing you said for me, like I've established in my 20s, because my mother was diabetic, right? She was the kind that she needed sugar to combat her diabetes, so she would eat big intakes of sugar, but when she needed. Right. So the result for us was we weren't allowed any sugar, but it had the opposite effect. So like there'd be a thing of whatever sugary stuff in the house. Right. We weren't supposed to have it. It was off limits. So what that means is I really fucking wanted that. Right. So if I went over to my friend's house and they had like 3 boxes of Little Debbie's, I'd be like, brah. And then when I got into college, I was on my own, so I was like, fuck it, I'm going to load my refrigerator up with Little Debbie's, just like, so that's how I developed that bad.
My quick analysis of you, and then we'll go back to the children eating healthier, is it sounds like a lot of your bad eating habits are much more psychological than
interesting.
Like, you're not like addicted to simple carbohydrates, you're not addicted to alcohol, but you feel like people have said no, and you're like, now I'm gonna have all the fucking candy I want.
Exactly.
I just can't say no.
I think that's accurate.
So there's gonna be, I think, a certain amount of you learning to be like, there will always be junk food in the world. I'm an adult man who can always eat all the junk food I want in the world. Yeah. But right now, my choice and my priority is not to die.
Yeah.
and that means so much more to me. And like learning to find other things to replace that sort of that feeling of control, which ultimately it is. It's feeling like, fuck you, I gotta eat candy and I'm gonna eat it. Yeah. It's not like, oh, I'm fiending for it. Right, so like finding other ways to sort of live out that feeling of control in your life, which probably you get a lot of it in your job or whatever other areas, is really going to help sort of combat it there. Cool. And then just continually reinforcing to yourself like what your real priorities in life are, and does this contribute to them? I want to see my son graduate. I want to see my daughter get married and walk her down the aisle. Like, how old's your daughter now? 12. So I mean, by the time she's like, let's say 25, you're going to be in your 50s, getting close to 60. And if you don't do something about it now, you could be in a really unhealthy place. My mom is... casket. Yeah, exactly. My mom's been a health nut her whole life. And it's how I think I ended up being so health conscious, and she just came to visit me, and she's 70, and I'm like, she doesn't look a day over 50.
Wow.
She's like water skiing and going on a road trip and climbing mountains, and I'm like,
crazy.
If I can be half as like in shape as she is at 70.
Yeah.
But like nowadays you see people in their 80s who are living like 20-year-olds, and you see people in their 50s who are about to die, and it's that difference in how they're eating almost solely, and how they live too. I mean, I think feeling at peace and feeling happy and all that stuff is incredibly important. And I think maybe I don't know your belief systems and stuff, but kind of just get a sense of that, you know, being at peace and taking care of yourself is probably part of all of that. And indulging so openly and blatantly and just like stuffing your face because you can probably goes against a little bit of that. Tapping into that self-control and that inner peace and priorities of your body, I think might be good for you.
Sounds awesome.
Sweet. I'm going to go over this. I'll send over some stuff to you about what I think we should do moving forward, and hopefully this wasn't too serious.
This sounds awesome. I think this is going to be like a 10-part series probably.
I know. Now we're actually going to track you for the next year and see if we can change your eating habits. But I'm excited because I think that you have everything it takes to change if you want to, which would be awesome to see happen. We're going to get you an underwear ad.
Sweet.
That's my
You heard it here first, hoBRO's underwear ad. This fat body and underwear ad.
Awesome. Awesome. I'm gonna pull my pants out of my butt.
Well, don't do that on my account. Cool.
I'm shameless. So we're gonna take some before and after pictures so that we can really look at your progress, because sometimes that's the best way to really see the change on your body, even if you don't feel like you're changing.
Cool.
And you're going to have to not wear your shirt like that, because I'm gonna have to see your backside too.
What?
So kind of off, or we can leave it on for the front side picture.
Okay.
All right. Sweet. So stand up nice and straight. Wah, wah. I love that picture. All right, turn to the side.
No, this is where you're going to get the good Alfred Hitchcock.
I really should have you take your pants off. That's what she said.
Now you got it.
Turn around in the back. We're done. We're going to make a workout plan for you. What? And get you all tightened up. We're going to give you Popeye arms like this.
Jesus Christ. So why don't you tell all my hoBROs out there a little bit about your stuff?
Well, you guys can find me at MOXIE Emotion on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. And on my YouTube channel, I alternate between in-gym and outdoor fitness workout tips. And then on the other days, I'm doing in-my-home healthy cooking recipes. So follow me at MOXIE Emotion on YouTube, and you'll get more health information. You can follow me here.
That's right, hobos. I know you want to follow that. And as always, thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe here. Check me out. You know, I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Vine, Instagram, all of that stuff. And as always, much love and respect to all y'all, my hoBROs. Peace. All right, hoBROs, next we're going to track our run with this Run Keeper. Haven't used it in a long time. Like I said, we'll be lucky to get a mile out of this. We'll see what happens. I used to run over 6 miles, sometimes even 8. I ended up doing 2.25 miles in 25 minutes. That's not good, but at least I did more than I thought. Whew, I'm gonna wind down, hoBROs. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.